What's up, guys? It's taken me quite a while to talk about the Witcher 3 gameplay trailer that was released. I think it was... oh wow, the 10th of April. A lot of you have been asking for a reaction to this. I once recorded a reaction to a gameplay trailer for Dragon Age Inquisition, and it was just me like... it's more of like an announcement trailer. So instead of doing reactions to those, I just do discussions. So I watch the video and then I'll talk about it, what I think about it, stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this just as much. Before I get into the trailer, I do want to say something that broke my heart. But it was at the same time, it was a huge honor. Some people got invited to Poland, to CD Projekt Red's studio to play through a preview build of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I was actually on the list of invites. I got an email from CD Projekt Red inviting me to go. But the situation here at home, there's no way I could leave to Poland. I could barely go to things in LA, which is like an hour away from me. So... you know, I'm not going to be able to leave the country for days. So I was like, I had to turn it down. I had to tell them. It broke my heart to tell them no. They were really cool about it, though. They were like, oh, that makes us sad, you know, but they're really cool people. Hopefully one day I do get to do something with them or visit their studio. Hopefully that'd be awesome. I did watch a little bit of Angry Joe's experience with it. It's really funny, actually. I didn't see it all the way through because like I said, I didn't want to, especially when it was like cinematics and like story. I did watch a lot of the gameplay of just him and other Joe walking around the wilderness. They did mention also all the preparations for fights really make you feel like a monster hunter. I remember feeling this in Witcher 2, but I think in Witcher 2 a lot of people didn't do that. A lot of people just went straight into fights and just wing it, you know, whenever they beat it, they freaking beat it. But I always went in there prepared. I would read up on monsters. I would take all the oils and elixirs or whatever and take all the bombs I would need. I'm glad to see it return, but it looks like it's more in depth. It looks like it's more of a necessity almost, maybe. I think CD Projekt Red really wants to urge people to do this. To try it out, to see that, you know, it adds to the experience of playing a monster hunter like Geralt. I think the best part of Angry Joe's footage was the naval system, like when he goes on a boat and they're looking at the map and it's just huge. You know, there's like all this ocean, islands all over the place, and they're like, there's no way that we could go there, you know, like we're gonna hit an invisible wall somewhere, or it's just gonna like, we're gonna appear going back all of a sudden. But no, they were able to, they chose an island, a random island, and they were able to get there, and they're like, wow, you know, we could pretty much go anywhere. It was really cool to see. But what was really funny was that they were going towards this island, and they were seeing, Joe was saying something about like, there's probably treasure around here, because he jumped off the boat and he was swimming and it was just way too deep. He was like, man, he was running out of breath. He's like, I don't know, there must be a way to do it, because I can't swim too deep because then I run out of breath. But he's like, there's got to be treasure around here, and there were treasure caches, little barrels on the surface of the water. So you don't have to swim all the way down, so you just find them. But I think they were harpies, like harpies flying around them, or some kind of creature that flies. And it was really funny because Joe was like, let's take him, you know, I want to see this. And he jumps in the water, or he falls in the water, and the harpies, or whatever they are, they go into the water as well. And he's like, oh my god, they're in the water. The funny thing was that he was like, are they mermaids? And other Joe's like, mermaids don't fly. It's really funny. I really recommend you watch it because it really shows off a part of The Witcher that we haven't seen. I don't think you can fight the monsters in the water, but the really cool thing was that he got up on the boat and the harpy attached itself on the boat. Like the harpy actually grabbed onto the boat and was like tearing it apart. They started to like bail out of there, and the boat actually started to like it was water was coming inside the boat. Like he was like, oh my god, we're sinking. And I was like, man, that's really, really cool that that happens, that those kind of encounters happen, you know, that it's not just like, oh, whatever, you know, they're not going to come into the water or whatever, you know. There's a lot of times enemies, if you jump in the water, the enemies won't follow you, and you're like, haha, boo. But these actually went in the water and were like attacking you. You could literally sink out there, and it's like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Another thing that I saw was IGN's gameplay footage. I don't know if anybody else has this footage, but IGN has footage of Ciri. Again, I'll have the links in the description, but the only thing that they showed off was a little bit of combat with her, and she pretty much kind of moves like Geralt, but she has this like quick flash step. You know how Geralt has this, like, you know, he'll jump back to avoid hits or something. Ciri has this flash thing where she just like goes whoosh, which is really cool. Well, I was like, that's awesome. So she avoids a lot easier, I think. I think she's a lot faster than Geralt because of that flash thing. I'm pretty sure that this isn't the only thing that Ciri does different from Geralt, this flash thing. I'm pretty sure that there's more stuff to Ciri. Due to what she is, she does do a lot more. So I'm sure there are different powers that she might have. I'm curious as to the signs. Like, does she have the same signs? Are they different? Does she have magic? So I'm really curious about Ciri, because in this IGN gameplay, they only showed that flash step, and I'm like, there's no way that's all she does different. So maybe CD Projekt Red just doesn't want to give out too much. They don't want to spoil too much as to the gameplay with Ciri. So those are my impressions on the whole preview builds. I know there are a lot of videos out there with people that went, but like I said, I don't want to see too much of it. I really liked watching Angry Joe's because it was funny, and the whole boat thing, I thought that was really cool to see. So let's get to the gameplay trailer. I'm going to be watching it down here, and then I'm going to be pausing it to talk about specific parts, because I've already seen this many times, and there's a few things that I want to comment on. Sit over here so that you guys see. It's going to appear right here. Bing!
Rated M for mature.
Love the music, dude.
At CD Projekt Red, it has always been our goal to take you on adventures both legendary and grounded in reality.
I was wondering in that part right there, I was like, who is that? It kind of looks like, I was like, is that Geralt because of the armor right here? But it's not. It doesn't really, it's not him. So it's probably some random guy, but I was like, is that Vesemir? It's not him though either, because he doesn't have that type of armor. And he doesn't have that big old beard either that this guy has. So I'm guessing it's just a random dude.
To tell you stories where
That,
breathtaking...
I was like, is that a freaking unicorn? Only in The Witcher. Seriously. Freaking Geralt on a unicorn. And then Yennefer does that whole clothes disappear magic trick that Triss did in The Witcher 2. Man, it's about to get sexy there on a unicorn. Anyways.
Fantastic creatures and age-old prophecies are interwoven with religious fanaticism, war crimes, even racism.
See her ears, she-elf.
I really like how that
It's
elf
this
looks.
very vision that we've realized in our most ambitious project to date. The open world of the Witcher Wild Hunt.
Gorgeous world.
Welcome, traveler. Drink with me, you cocksucker.
The northern realms span a vast
So
continent
beautiful.
filled with remote outposts, quaint villages, and bustling cities of astonishing wealth.
Look at that map. There's so much on that map. Oh my god.
Escapes will see you riding into mountain valleys, sailing the open seas,
awesome.
and exploring forgotten temples. However, this land is brimming with conflict. Racial hatred often erupts into violence, and war between the mighty has driven people from their homes. But one plague runs rampant. Monsters.
Those things are
They
nasty.
haunt the countryside, breed in city sewers, and rule the wilderness.
Looks like we're going to be
feasting on merchant caravans.
fighting a lot of new monsters.
That's where
Not
you
just
come
some, a
in.
lot. I've seen a lot of different ones.
The Witcher. Should have expected as much.
You'll play as a witcher, a monster slayer for hire, mutated to have superhuman abilities. People might think you're a freak, but everyone can use the help of a professional.
Bloody Chloe. Vampire.
Is it 1358 yet?
No.
Then fuck off.
We put a lot of effort into seamlessly blending gameplay with the surrounding environment.
That's awesome. Oh, so
Monster
gorgeous.
behavior and tactics change depending on the time of day or
That,
terrain.
I love that. Where the environment, the changing of the environment, the changing of the day makes things different. The enemies act different. It's more dangerous at night. That's like the best thing for me in an RPG.
It's these shifting circumstances that will often determine if you are hunter or prey.
That's what
Clear
I
an
saw with
area of
Angry Joe.
monsters, and you'll witness people settling in, transforming dangerous areas into sprawling hubs where you can buy and sell gear.
That's awesome.
Hundreds of
Okay, right here, the gear screen. If you look at the equipment, the stuff that you could equip, they have steel weapon, silver sword. This is just like in Witcher 2, The Witcher 2. Chest armor, gloves, bolts. That's new because we now have ranged weapons. The range weapon. I'm curious as to what range weapons we have to choose from. Is it just crossbows? Is it something else as well? Slingshots. Dude, I would love to see The Witcher with a slingshot. I would use that all the time. Trousers, boots, and then the bombs, the consumables, pockets. It seems like you have 2 consumables, 2 bombs, and 2 slots for pockets. Trophy, saddlebags. I was like, yes. Could we put stuff in the saddlebag? I've always wanted this. There's even saddle. You could equip different saddles. I'm guessing that that changes how you ride, and then the saddlebags, maybe how much you could carry in there, because there is weight encumberment. Is that what it's called? Yeah, where you have a specific amount of weight to carry. If you look up on the top, in the middle, there's that little weight symbol. He's already over encumbered right now, but you could see on the armors the weight that they have. The heavier armor, the more weight, obviously. So there is that whole issue to deal with, which makes me love the idea of the saddlebags even more, because that way you're not struggling with the whole weight encumberment and stuff, because you could just put stuff in your saddlebags. I'm hoping that's what it is. I mean, I don't know what else it would be for. So I'm guessing that's what it's for, because there is a slot for saddlebags. That means maybe you could get different saddlebags, smaller bags, bigger bags, different saddles, and horse blinders? Is that like something for the head? Should we look it up? Let's inform ourselves. Let's not be ignorant bastards. Oh, okay. It's that thing. It's pretty much a horse blinder. Exactly what it says. I'm guessing if you don't have one, your horse is more prone to like freaking out. If you do have one, he's more composed, maybe, in a fight, or if monsters are around or whatever. So if you don't have one equipped, I think that's probably what happens.
Hundreds of armor and weapon upgrades await you, but it's the way you fight that makes all the difference.
Runes.
Invest in sword skills to develop special moves.
That's cool, where he cuts the bolt, or the arrow, that's so cool.
Rare herbs.
The potions menu, or the alchemy menu, this is kind of similar to The Witcher 2, but more advanced, a little bit more useful, like having the player feel like it's important to do this. In this, I was looking at the level. He's level 35. I don't know what the level cap is, but that's pretty high for this game. That means that you could be playing this game for a very long time.
To create potions and bombs. Or master the arcana of magic.
Oh, this is just something interesting that I saw. Well, not interesting, but kind of like, oh, I remember this. That creature in the back, I mean, that looks like he's at a tomb or something like that. Some kind of like altar. And I'm guessing he's there because he needs to talk to this thing. I think this thing is a grave hag. I think that's what it was called from the comics. There's these hags, these nasty creatures that have these big old tongues that hang out in graves. And they know a lot because they see a lot, and they do. Sometimes Geralt goes to them to ask them questions and stuff like that. It looks like it, and then I'm like, this is like a tomb, or this is like an altar at a grave site. So that's what I'm guessing. And he looks like he was waiting for it, and he just like looks over to the side like he's like, okay, here it comes. So maybe he wants to ask it something. Oh, this one time I had talked about maybe there was a new type of sign, because there was like this sign where Geralt would put these little, like a circle, these dots around this enemy, and it would like go in slow motion or something. I think that's what it was. And I was like, whoa, is this a new sign? But if you look at it, it's actually, I think it was Yrden. So they're the same signs, but there's different intensities of it. There's different versions of it. So like with Igni, there's the like you throw a fireball type of thing, or there's the one like a flamethrower kind of thing. So they're the same signs, but they have different ways of using the sign. I think that's really cool that they put more options within the signs so that you could use them differently.
She's returned, Geralt. After all these years.
In the Witcher Wild Hunt, you take on the greatest contract of your life. To track down the Child of Prophecy, a living weapon that can alter the shape of the world.
Ciri.
And if you find her,
I remember seeing those things at E3. Those three ladies. Gross
You
ladies.
might be a killer for hire,
Witches?
but you decide what kind of man you are.
Gonna say who you are? Or do I need to loosen your tongue with me knife?
Oh, check this out. Time left to decide. This is like Telltale style, where you're timed. I think it only happens sometimes, because I have seen other gameplay and dialogue where you're not timed. So I think this is only like an impulse. But then I was like, that always adds to the intensity of the moment. It always adds to the stress, the like, oh my god, what should I do? And it really makes it feel like an impulse.
Human side.
How about I buy everybody around?
Bottoms up.
Or choose the path of a ruthless outcast, adhering to your own brand of justice.
Go away, or I'll kill you.
And watch the world burn. Whoever you are, in the Northern Realms you'll find what you're looking for. Whether it's horse racing, getting drunk, or following your heart.
That was Triss, obviously. The whole following your heart thing, I was like, what does that mean? I'm guessing it means like you get to choose. Following your heart, you get to choose who Geralt has a relationship with. I don't think it's like a romance system, you know, like Dragon Age or like BioWare games. But I think it's just like, you know, who are you going to choose, Triss or Yennefer? I think that's what they're saying, that you have the choice. That there is no Witcher game without a freaking brothel or something. But this right here, the card game, like freaking Hearthstone or something like this, I was like, really? Like, we're gonna get to play this type of card game in the game? That's amazing. I cannot wait to try this. This is like nerd inception.
Places of power, hunting treasure, or joining in ancient rituals.
Joining in ancient rituals, what does that mean? Like, what do you have to
Forge your own
do?
adventure in the most realistic fantasy of our times. Welcome to The Witcher Wild Hunt.
May 19th. That's pretty much like, what, over a little bit over 2 weeks. But, oh my god. I cannot wait. I cannot freaking wait to play this game. They want you to feel like a witcher. They want you to feel like a monster hunter. They want you to go explore. They want you to take advantage of this new world, of all these new systems, advanced systems. So I just can't wait, dude. The way that she said, it's one of the most, how did she say it? One of the most realistic RPGs of our times. I really believe that. I mean, I haven't played the game yet, but just seeing all of this, I could just imagine that it probably is. I mean, and it's a next-gen experience or a new-gen experience completely. This is just PS4, Xbox One, PC. It's just going to be so exciting. This is definitely The Witcher 3. I think most likely going to be the initiation of next-gen RPG capabilities. I also saw the gameplay that they showed, like I think it was a day after this trailer. It was it was just a part where it was like a little side quest with this guy that was lying about a cart and him being attacked by a monster or something. I think it was drowners. The liar, the guy that gives you the quest, is actually Blackwall. At first you can't tell because he sounds like he's all scared and everything, and he's like, oh my god, and I was like, okay. But then afterwards you're like, oh my god, that's Blackwall. No doubt it's Blackwall. And I was like, that's so cool. Blackwall is in The Witcher 3 as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you guys have anything else that I missed, if you guys have anything to add, any thoughts, anything like that, just please put them in the comments down below. I know a lot of you are really excited for The Witcher and you really want to see more footage on The Witcher on my channel, and I really appreciate you guys wanting to see me cover this stuff. Hopefully when The Witcher comes out, I want to do maybe more videos like I did with The Witcher 2, you know, how to play Witcher 3 or something like that, you know, where I go over specific systems and show you guys how to do it and stuff like that. I'm not going to do a full Let's Play because it's way too big of a game. I never do full Let's Plays on big games, especially RPGs. I do parts, like maybe 10-parters, or I'll share a little bit of like some adventures, like MD adventures or something. I will do whatever I can to talk about it because I am just as excited as a lot of you, I promise. This is by far my most anticipated game of 2015, so you will hear more about it. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.